You want to know the worst part about this? It's that just like from the intro and probably the title, people are gonna be like, "Ha! I knew this guy was a hater from the start." Okay, so today we are going to be not watching a series for the first time. Kinda, we're going to be. I don't even want to make this like a chat. Like I know I did it with the "Does It Hold Up" series. I don't want to make this like a second chance series or anything like that, but today we are going to be watching Mob Psycho 100 Season 2. This is a series that I have hated for a very, very long time. I remember when season 1 came out, I remember loving the first episode, and then every episode after that really, really sucked, in my opinion. Um, like, I remember there was Mob. I remember he had a jealous brother who was just like hella whiny and all that kind of stuff. I remember there was a little blonde boy who thought he was hot shit, and then he got humbled. And then I remember there was Reagan who got plot armor at the end of season 1, and it's just like I never really vibed with it. Um, and like just because everyone was just like, "Oh, this is a super brilliant, well written series," and I'm just like, kind of just like, really this and like I don't know, like it's supposed it I mean, the way it was advertised to me was that this was going to be like a super subversive character study where like this guy's so overpowered, but he's still human. He still has all these emotions, but at the same time, it was just kind of just like I haven't seen this since season 1. I remember it just being like really boring, really contrived, really just sort of like mundane and just kind of repeating the same lessons over and over again. None of the characters were super interesting or likable at all. Um, like I don't even remember any of their names, like except for Mom and Reagan. But just like, dude, like I remember just like really, really hating this series. But that was just season 1. I know there are 2 seasons after that, and still people to this day, like I still hear like whispers like it's so good. It's so good. And I'm just like kind of like, all right. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to give this a second chance. Maybe season 2 will be better. I really don't like the excuse of just like, oh, it's supposed to be boring and slow with season 1 because it picks up in season 2 or season 3 or like hey, you have to stick around till episode 80 when the characters finally start developing. And it's just like that's such like uh no, dude, that shouldn't be a thing. Like that's kind of like not to hate on anyone, but that's kind of just what like I'm hearing about like ReZero season 1, where it's like, oh, because like whoever tunes into my ReZero viewings, my biggest issue with ReZero season 1 is Amelia. Horrendous, horrible character, if you can even call her a character. But people have told me like, oh, it's intentional, or like, oh, what are you talking about? Like in season 2 and 3, it very clearly explains that this behavior in season 1 is because this, and I'm just like, okay, my bad. I'm just watching it for the first time. I'm just going off season 1 information. Sorry, I didn't know season 3 clarified all of this in season 1. But like, I don't like the expectation or like the excuse of like just stick around for like 400 episodes and then the series picks up. But I mean, hey, um, Mob Psycho season 1 was just like what 12 or 13 episodes. It was entertaining enough in the first episode, and I did see a lot of potential. So, hey, let's just give it another shot. This is going to be season 2, episode 1, maybe the last episode, I don't know, of Mob Psycho. Let's just jump right into it. Okay, so this is Title ripped apart, someone is watching. I do remember like the aesthetic of the series being like super trippy, super I just ate some mushrooms sort of thing, which I never had an issue with. Like I want to say like the designs are never anything that I had an issue with. If anything, I thought it gave it like a super unique like presence. It's just like it was just like kind of like just like boring and yeah. I mean that's what I was saying before. Like even before the opening, that like the thing that I liked about that episode of season 1 was that like it sort of just emphasized how vulnerable teenagers are to that sort of thing, right? And just how ready media is to prey on that vulnerability. And she's kind of doing that right now. She's like, hey, you know, if I'm like if I'm remembering this right, she wants to be famous by exposing mob. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right, that's pretty cool. I didn't get the vibe that they were like friends in season 1, actually. But she's like hella just like, you know, like, oh, bro, you like that girl? Why? Or like, all right, cool. So he seems to trust her enough to open up to her. Or maybe he just kind of opens up to everybody. I don't know. I know Mob is like super vulnerable like that. He's just like super ready to trust people, super ready to present all of himself at an emotional level, but he's still like timid. He still has like the shyness that like a typical high school nerd would have, right? And that's supposed to be the not the duality, but just like the contrast, I guess I would say, between like how strong he is, you know, psychic wise, and how weak he is emotionally, you know? I know he's like a super emotionally intelligent guy, but like just confidence wise, like social wise, he's a notch below. Dude, I remember loving those guys though. the oh, what? What the heck? A new girl? A new character? What? No way, no way. What? Yeah, you know, some girls like the vulnerable little Oh, that's really cool. He took her on a... Oh, never mind. That's still cool. A little walk through a park. What kind of work? No, you can't tell her. There you go. Dude, I'm still like, what? Who is this? Like, what? She asked him out? What? What's going on? What the? And like, okay, forget the first half of this episode ever happened. This is like, what? This is actually good. Okay, there's Dimple. I'm kind of speechless. What? This is like so much like this is better character introduction. This is more relatable emotions. This is like this is all around. Even that. What the heck? This is better than anything that happened in season 1 already. Dude, yes. Okay. I've only like mentioned
ご
it, I
めん、
think like
違
once
うんだ。
on this channel,
適当
but
に読ん
I'm
だわ
trying to
けじゃ
become
な
a
くって。
writer, and
ね
yeah,
え
that's
影
kind of
山
like
くん
the vibe
私が
that
影山くん
happens.
に告白してから今日で
Wait,
1
what?
週間なんだけどどうして断ったのに一緒に帰ってくれるの
Oh, so
私のこ
so
と
they're not
かわい
dating?
そうだと思ったから
いや、そういうあれじゃなくって。
帰った後で部活に戻ってるとかさガチガチに緊張してた選挙スピーチもさ立候補したのも誰かに言われてやったことなんじゃないの
You got him. You pegged him.
実は私もそういうとこあるんだ
そうなの。
告白したのも
Oh
本当は
my
罰ゲームなんだ
god, bro.
無
What
言スピーチ
the
を見て面白がって
fuck?
友達とじゃんけんして負けたの振ら
A
れたら逆に
dare?
私がすっごい笑い物にされるから
That's
怖
so
かったけど
fucking.
一緒に帰ってくれたから
I mean, she seems like, interesting emotionally, and she seems pretty. I wouldn't be surprised if you actually developed feelings for her. And he sat there all freaking evening, man.
広げないでよマジ恥ずかしいからエミこれ本気で書いてんの
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, like, writing is probably
どんだけ暇なんだよ
the least interesting hobby in the world. You can tell anyone about it, they will not want to read your stuff because people hate reading.
ゴミが散らかるでしょ
So it's really hard. That's what I was saying. Like when Mob said like, "Oh, this is interesting," she kind of took it like, "Okay, just tell me you're bored."
なよ。
Hex, man.
暇つぶしって言ってたじゃんね
I mean, I get her. She doesn't want to be like.
なんなんだよ
She's not really like talking shit, but she just kind of doesn't want to be bullied by her friends either.
僕はこれがゴミだなんて思わない。捨てるくらいなら僕がもらう。自分の気持ちは。
In season 1. What the hell, dude?
何言ってんのこいつ
There you go. There you go.
エミ
Yeah, look at them looking like NPCs now, dude.
もういいよまた書けばいいからさ
He's showing her his powers. Oh man. Ah, the music and the
僕、超能力者なんだ。
dude. Like the fact that
ありがとう影山くん
dude, dude, what? The fact that he pieced it all exactly how it should be meant that he was paying attention, right? It had to, like the hobbies that she's been made fun of so much for. Okay, that was episode 1 of season 2 of Mob Psycho, and what in the heck? What in the heck, dude? This is so much better. So much. Okay, okay. It's hard for me to say that because even after watching how amazing the second half of this episode was, the first half was just like, okay, let's throw that away. That was garbage. But like, dude, the second half of this episode, the last 15 minutes of this episode was better than anything that happened in season 1. And it's not even close. It's so much better written. So the pacing, the relatability of the characters, the vulnerability of the characters, the growth of the characters in 15 minutes they had growth. In 15 minutes they had growth. The dynamic of the characters, the relationship between like Mob and Emmy, what where was this in all of season 1? What the heck? This is so much better than anything that came before it. And what the hell? hell, dude? Like, oh man, that ending song when Mob showed her like the psychic powers, and then she's just like, "Thank you." She didn't judge him. She wasn't afraid of him. She because she understood the kind of person that he was. And then Subomi's just like watching from afar, not really from afar. She was like right there, right? But still, she was just like, "Hey, get her." Which I mean, in my opinion, kind of puts to bed any sort of like romance between Subomi and Mob. If she was any kind of interested in him, she would not cheer him on for going for like a girl who, frankly, in my opinion, is far more interesting and far prettier than she is. Like, like, man, I can't wait to see more of Emmy and Mob, dude. Like, she is such an interesting character. She came in hard. She came in just like, oh, dude, if this is the kind of writing that we're that we're expecting to see in season two, dare I say it? Maybe I was wrong about Mob Psycho? Could I be wrong about Mob Psycho? Is it actually like well written? Like, is it actually a good character study? Like, good character development? And season one was just like a garbo we could throw away? Dude, I am so ready. I am so ready to see more of Mob Psycho if it's gonna be like this. I like, even from the, like, I did not think I was gonna, like, honestly, I was just kind of just like, ah, dude, I'm gonna hate this episode, and everyone's gonna hate me for hating this episode, and it's just like, ah. But honestly, the second half of this episode was just, oh man, like even for Masato, just like I want to hold off because the first half of this episode still has me kind of worried, that it's gonna stumble, but like the second half was just probably one of the best. Not even the best episode of Mob Psycho. That was just like brilliant, brilliant, brilliant storytelling all around. Like all around from the characters, from the angles, from the music, from the pacing, just like everything was like really, really good that last half of this episode. But yeah, that's gonna be it for episode one, season two, Mob Psycho. I was wrong. Maybe remains to be seen. Maybe Mob Psycho is a good show. Maybe I was wrong for talking all the shit that I have about season one. But yeah, I can't wait to check out season two. Like, I really can't wait. Like, oh my god, dude, I can't wait to see more of Emmy and Mob. Sheesh. Okay, so yeah, that was episode one of like, dude, I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped. What the heck? The music and just like, oh, that was such a good episode. But yeah, please like and subscribe for more reactions. I react to other anime series, tongue tied, other anime series, movies, shows that I'm watching. If that's not anything, I also stream on Twitch at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you need some background noise, whether you do chores, homework, or try to figure out is Mob Psycho a good show? I'm very good at talking to myself. But if this is all you see me, my name's Adam. Thanks for checking out Tube Machine, and as always, steal credit cards, hurt your loved ones, plant some flowers. Until next time, everybody. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.